Come back in 10 days to tell me I'm wrong. That would be awesome. It wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong, as you know very well. Thank you, Mark. Let's swing into Howard Dean. You know, Howard, as governor, there are a lot of times that you had to sign bills that you just did not like, but you knew you really had no other choice. In this case, the scenario that I set up has happened so many times since I first got to Congress in 1994, and it just ends up hurting the party in the end. Listen, I understand what Mark's saying. I understand what Trey Gowdy's saying. I agree with what they're saying. But you've got a Senate going in one direction. You've got a president that's never going to sign a bill that defunds this immigration initiative. So at some point, you just have to fold. Isn't it better to fold and fight it out in the courts, at least something pass something temporary for 2 or 4 weeks, than to take it on the chin and lose in the end?
So this is complicated. Going back to John Marshall, Justice Marshall, in fact, the congressman is wrong about the congressional role in deciding what's constitutional. That is, in fact, the Supreme Court role, which is where it's headed, perhaps. Secondly, I was dying to ask him, as a former governor, what would he do if the South Carolina legislature passed him something like this and tried to make him sign something that he strongly didn't believe in?
Well, I can answer that for you. He'd veto it. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Mark was hated by Republicans in South Carolina because he vetoed more big spending bills than any governor in the state says. He would veto it in a second.
Yeah, so we can all have our opinion about whether this is constitutional or not, and I suspect it is. The president's got a lot of smart lawyers around him, but it's not the role of this is a power play. This has nothing to do with whether this is constitutional. That's all inside the Congress dome BS sculpted by spinmeisters for us. What this is really about is power, and you are absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head. You cannot pick a fight with a chief executive if you don't have the votes to overcome him, and these guys do not have the votes. McConnell is a smart cookie. He's figured this out, and Boehner does not have the nerve to tell these 80 people who are a pain in the butt to shut up and sit down.
This isn't Republican versus Democrat. This is Republican versus Republican. Willie, let's move on.
That's true.